Greetings, folks. This is William Hobbs signing in for Empower Magazine doing my movie review of the Kevin Hart film, The Wedding Ringer. Let me say that Hart remains the hardest working comedian / actor in the game. This man has, if I'm not mistaken, 2 other films coming this same month. The guy's amazing. He's unstoppable. In regards to The Wedding Ringer itself, the hapless groom in the movie is likable enough and flawed enough with his delivery, and the supporting cast gives off a combination of The Hangover, Hitch, and The Wedding Crashers, all to give a satisfactory result in the end. The pacing is very choppy. The scenes are very choppy at the beginning of the movie, which made me have some anxiety about the rest of the film. I get it that he is this guy that is hired to make grooms look great as far as the wonderful pictures and memories and stories afterwards, and that he's strictly about the money. They emphasize that by the way they chop up the scenes. He doesn't really get a chance to show that aspect of him simply off of the strength of the acting. It's just chopped up, which is very interesting because I heard an interview from him about the film, and he said he was extremely excited about it because it showcased more of his acting abilities. I took that to mean that this would go beyond his, for lack of a better term, his style of comedy, which I can say can be seen as soft cooning. Now, for those who are not familiar with the term coon, especially when it comes to cinema, is seen as a black male, easily frightened, very silly, childish. And then you think of Hart's style of comedy, particularly when he's in movies. He seems to take on a lot of roles where he's scared to death. I remember Richard Pryor and how sharp he was in the early part of his career, and then when I think it was a Toy Story and all of those movies came out where he was always, something was just lost as far as his stature in regards to these constant string of movies where he would just run around scared to death all the time. And Kevin Hart flirts with that. I get the idea of, him showing his vulnerability, that's a new thing to connect to people. But if you're not careful, if you continue to make one project after the other where it's simply, a Negro being overwhelmed and oh my God, it has that feel. And of course, Kevin Hart stays busy. So, where one particular comedian actor may make 2 films like that within 6 years, Kevin Hart, because he stays busy, can mess around and make 8 of them. And that overload, as well as possibly just taking on bad material, I think that can mess with his brain. So I was very excited about checking out this film. The film, it did a lot better as far as letting Kevin's acting talents show from then on. It had some good turns, some twists that you don't see coming, including the ending. So Kevin did come through. I did see glimmers of more of his dramatic talent. However, I'm still concerned with him. I won't say overexposure, but I will say I'm concerned with him taking on a certain type of comedic style in each of his projects. nevertheless. The Wedding Ringer says a lot about friendship. It says a lot about image. Needing an image. Someone to fall in love with an image more so than you yourself, your authentic self. That's timeless in this day of Facebook, personas, and the like. 3.5 out of 5 for The Wedding Ringer. Say that real fast. 3.5, never mind. Point is, check out the movie and watch the growth of the little man, Kevin Hart. This is William Hobbs signing out for Empowerment.